Hey guys, long time no chat, and this this is what I look like at the end of the night. It's pretty rough, but welcome. I just noticed that our scanner, well, it's going to drive me nuts. Okay, that's better. Hey everybody, I hope you got the message that I was going to go live tonight. I know it was kind of short notice, but hi, hi. Welcome. If you are watching the replay, you're welcome to leave a comment and I'll try to get back with you too. Hey, Haley. Hey, everybody. If you're on, say hi. I would love to chat about anything you guys want to chat about. Let me know. We'll hang out for a little bit. I'm probably only going to be on for about an hour because I'm feeling real tired, but we'll chat for a while. Hey, Constance, Joy, Butterfly Gins, Heavenly Coloring, and more. Valeria. Hey, Miss Judy. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, guys. I'm trying to stay hydrated. It's a problem. I never drink enough water. So what's been going on, everybody? Thank you so much for the congrats. We are really excited. Our big video just went up. Hey, honey, David's on. He's out there listening for the kids. Hey, Julie. Our big video just went up this morning. I know some of you may have seen the news on Facebook or Instagram on Sunday, but we are really excited. Everybody just keep praying that our house sells because I am so tired already of showing it. Is anybody like that? Does anybody like that season of life? Oh, wow. You had just had bariatric surgery. Oh my gosh, I hope you're doing well. Hello, Ashley. Thank you so much, Joy. We are really excited too. We're going to be in Northeastern. I know that someone is like hacked my phone or something and is calling every single live stream. Like, there's no doubt because they only get the no caller ID thing on live chats. I don't know what they think they're going to do. Like, they never say anything. They just want to mess up the live. So, sorry, guys. People are the worst. Yes, we'll be in Northeastern Arkansas. I'm so glad you could join, Jen. You're listening at work. Hello, Angie. That's awesome. You've already lost 12 pounds and you just had it a week and a day ago. Okay. These people are the worst. How far will we be from our families? So we'll be a little bit closer, a couple hours closer. So right now in Indiana, we're about 7.5 hours from, or 7, if we don't stop at all, 7 hours from my mom and dad, like an hour closer with his mom and dad. But well, it's not letting me block the caller ID. I tried that because it's no caller ID. It won't let me block it. It's so annoying. But we will be closer to family, like a couple hours. So like 5.5, I think, to my mom and dad, and a little bit closer with his mom. Not about the same though, really. Okay, let me see. Yeah, see, it doesn't let me. It just says no caller ID, and it doesn't let me block anything. It's so annoying. Why do people who has the time for that, you know? I just it said ignore for 1 hour. So I don't know if that's going to work, but oh yeah, I'm glad that you're a fellow Indianan. Indiana has been really good to us. We really love Indiana, but we've loved everywhere we've moved. I feel like every single part of the country we've lived in has been awesome. So we just are experiencing more and more states, but we do hope to settle down in Arkansas. David, he hopes they have diarrhea all night. I just hope they would just stop because they never call unless I'm live. It's like a big funny joke, I guess. And what's annoying is I can't silence the computer. I don't know how to do that. So even though my phone is silent, the computer is not silent. So I don't know. Anyway, they're not going to rain on our parade. So, what do you guys want to talk about? What is new? I haven't gone live in a couple weeks. Last week, I really wanted to go live, and we were in the middle. Last week was a hot mess. And hey, Christy. And I couldn't even tell you guys what was going on because we were trying to let the church have time to tell everyone. So we didn't want to announce that we would put our house on the market and all of that because I knew if I told y'all we put the house on the market, y'all would know for sure that we got the job. And so last week was crazy because it was our first few showings and we had a lot to do. I was painting, we were doing spackle and paint and all this stuff, trying to like clean out closets and get everything right. I feel like this first few showings, nothing was perfect. But what's crazy is all of these houses we're looking at in Arkansas that we've kind of just glanced at, we're not like sold on anything yet. We've got to sell our house first. Nobody has them like clean. Like I have been taught like when people are showing it, like if you're showing your house, you should have all the surfaces cleared off, you should have it clean out all the closets, clean out all the cabinets as best you can because people want to see that. And it's crazy. I guess people don't do that anymore because a lot of the houses we've been looking at, they're a hot mess. Like there's clutter everywhere. There's stuff all over the counters. I show y'all in tomorrow's vlog what our house looks like for a showing. Y'all, I take the soap off of the counters, the paper towels off of the counters. Like I try to make it look as blank as possible. So maybe I'm a little too crazy about that. So anyway, it is what it is. But we've been kind of crazy. And last week with all of that going on, I think I was planning on going live on Thursday. I wasn't feeling great, and we had a showing, and it was just so I had to cancel. So I've been missed talking to you guys. Oh, thank you so much. I haven't really lost any more weight. I've actually kind of the last couple weeks not even been doing strict OMAD. I've been eating a little bit more, but that's why I love intermittent fasting. Like it's okay. I'm not like going down in weight, but I'm not like off track either, if that makes sense. So thank you. Hey Shay, how's it going, girl? Um, long time no chat. Shay is a lifelong friend. You guys probably know her from me talking to her and the vlogs and everything else. And anyway, she lives in Indiana, and that's one of the reasons we're really sad. And we are sad to move because we are only like an hour and a half apart right now. And when we move, of course, we'll be way further away. But it's been really nice these last couple years to be close and get to hang out a few times. And we should do it again before we move. I just don't know. Y'all, we just don't know when we're moving. And that's like the hardest thing for me. Y'all know I'm type A. I like to have a plan. I like to know like what's going to happen. And honestly, we don't know. Like we know that our house is on the market. I don't know if it's going to sell really quickly. I mean, it's already been a week and I feel like my eyes twitching. It's just exhaustion. I don't know if it's going to be in a week or if it's going to be in a month or 6 weeks, or it's just hard to know. So everybody just pray that the right buyers find us. We've only had 4 showings. And pretty much the ones that are still interested, I think 2 or 3 of them really like the house, but they have to sell their house. So it's like, I'm ready for like buyers who are like ready to buy, like they're looking for a house, they're ready to buy. So it's so hard. Yeah. Joy, I agree. Like, I have a hard time. I am not one of these people that can look at a house and go, oh, well, if we remodel and if we fix it up, it'll look like this. Like, I have a really hard time seeing that. And it's even like that with clutter. Like, when there's so much stuff out and clothes and, just knickknacks and stuff, I have a hard time like picturing us there. And so I'm just, I don't know. Like a few of the houses we're looking at are completely empty. Like they've remodeled them, so they're empty. And then some of the ones we're looking at are not empty. And it's a big difference in terms of like my feelings towards them because I just have a hard time. Like I can't picture it. So I know I'm sad too, Shay. I'm sad about that. You can just come with us to Arkansas. Just move on. Just move down. We are excited about the move and even like the possibility, well, not the possibility, the very strong it's happening of like getting a new house, like all of that's exciting, but like the process is overwhelming. Um, so anyway, thank you for your prayers. Hey, Christine. Thank you so much, Brandy. David, yeah, David's like, oh, it's just paint, like it's just paint. Like we can repaint. There's some houses that we're looking at that it truly is shocking the paint colors. I am not trying to be ungrateful or like critical, but like we're talking like bright colors and I would have to have it painted like immediately. I feel like I would get a migraine just walking in like these super like neon rooms. And so I'm like, yeah, I know paint's cheap, but it's also a lot of work to have to repaint every single room before we can move in? But Dave was like, "Oh, it's okay." And I'm like, "Well, the floor is really messed up." And he's like, "Oh, we can fix that." And I'm just like, I am a move-in ready kind of person. Like, I want to just move in and everything's done. When we moved in here, Lucy's room, we had to do construction and remodeling on that. And it only took an extra couple weeks, but it was kind of stressful trying to move in and there's construction going on and dust. And that was just a lot. So we're hoping for move-in ready. Okay. I'm glad David is like that too. Like we balance each other though, because I sometimes need to be reminded, like, look, it's not that big of a deal. Like, just try to picture it. But neither one of us are like fixer upper people. I wish we were. Maybe in another stage of life we could be, but like those people who like see endless possibilities, like they get this house so cheap and they're able to remodel it and save all this money. I can't see that. Like, I just can't see that. Have you been able to look at the schools in Arkansas? I know the special needs classes. We have a little bit. The good news is there are some special needs teachers in the church, and I was kind of talking to one when we were there about we don't really know. The hard part is there's multiple school districts, and until we find the house, it's hard to know exactly what school district we're going to be in. And I don't want to only look at houses in a certain school. Like I don't want to pick our house based on the school district. I feel like the perfect house, God will just work it out in terms of what school district it is. I feel like it is what it is. I don't know. So um we'll see. I do hear of really good things about a lot of schools there. And having like people in the church that kind of know about schools is very helpful. But we'll just have to see about the house. And we really want our house to be close to the church. That's like our biggest priority. So depending on that, we'll figure out the school situation. So I can't really even talk to the schools until we have a house. It just feels like every step, like right now, we're just waiting because every step requires another step before we can make it. We can't pick a house until we sell our house. And then we can't do the school. We can't talk to the schools really until we pick a house, our house sells, and we pick a house. So, hello, Jury. I hope I'm saying your name right. Yeah. Haley, it was so funny when you said that because we had already just kind of been looking at we really had a strong feeling that we would be moving to Arkansas even before we met the church officially. And we were looking at houses and there is this house. It's not going to work out for other reasons, but there is this house and I am not kidding. Every single room is a different color and not just a light color. I'm talking like rainbow sherbet and lime green and all these like crazy colors. And so when Nate was like, rainbow house, I'm like, oh Lord, this is like a sign. David loves that house. And I'm like, we would literally have to paint every room. I know that's just a short-term thing, but that kind of stresses me out. Grammy's on. And she says she likes to paint. Come on down or up or whatever. I wish you were here when I was trying to like paint doors like you had painted in Nate's room and I was trying to paint the bathroom door and it's not great. It's not as good as your painting. Like I definitely have splotches that aren't perfect, but they do look better than they did before I painted them and they were like dirty. So, Christy, yeah, David did remind me of something. Like apparently if you're zoned for a school that you don't, if you're zoned for a school and you want a different school, you can move, but I think you have to like apply it before the school year starts. So there's wiggle room, but we just honestly don't know that much about it. Christy, David will be preaching this Sunday, so he's just going to be commuting for a while. He'll be back and forth, which is a lot. That's part of the reason, like, we really need our house to sell quickly. I know God's timing is perfect though, and the church has been so gracious in working with us and all of that. So he'll be preaching this Sunday, but he'll be back. Like, we'll be back and he'll be back and forth. And I'm just going to stay here with the kids because it's too hard to travel that long of a distance with them, like every weekend, you know? So, oh my gosh. Shay, it had colors on the doors and the baseboards. Oh my, I just don't understand. Like, do people not like, I would be so like anxious and all that color. Like, I've always wanted, like when we did our kids' nurseries, most people like want a theme and like, you know, all this stuff. And I always, for all of them, just wanted like soothing, like really light, neutral colors. For Lucy, we did like an all white kind of nursery with just accents of pink because I just feel like the room, like the environment, it really does make an impact. But of course, none of my kids slept that great. So I don't know if that worked out, but I don't know how people live in houses that are like, there's a house that house, rainbow house. Like, seriously, this color pink on the walls. It just is overwhelming to me. I don't get, no offense if you like that. I just can't, like, I'm very a neutral person. And then I like pops of color. I don't like farmhouse style that you have no color at all. I really like the pops of color, and looking at some of the houses that have been remodeled, I have seen like a lot of pops of color lately, like not the rainbow rooms, but they'll have like cabinets that are green or blue, you know, in their kitchen, which it actually looks really pretty. I don't mind pops of color. I just want it to be neutral with little pops of color. If that makes sense. Oh my gosh. Hello from North Carolina. Hello, Logan. So your husband owns his own painting, maintenance, and remodeling business. So you would be like made in the shade with me in this because he would be able to have like a crew to help and know what to do. Thank you so much, Belinda. I appreciate your comments so much. And thank you so much for watching all the way in Australia. Belinda leaves me the most encouraging, sweet comments, and I appreciate it so much. I always look forward to reading your comments. Yeah, I like color. I really do. I'm not like a person that only likes neutral colors, but I feel like I'm one of those people that I would be overwhelmed. And, you know, some people just like color and they can like live in a room of color. I don't know. Like, I feel like I would be getting a migraine, but everybody's different, you know? Jury, I'm not really sure. Not that long, maybe a night or two at the most. Hope you have a great day, Belinda. Mint green. I don't mind mint green. Mint green is that seems like it would be a little more soothing as a term of like neon green, but yeah, Christy, I actually looked up where they live and how far away it is from us. It's far. It's like 4 or 5 hours from us. So we won't be close to them, but I always think of them too. Them and the fact that it's Walmart's headquarters, which we're also pretty far from. So yeah, I agree. Color is about balance. Like, you just have to know how to do it. Little bits, you know, I don't like a lot of color, but I don't like all neutral either. Like, I like a little splash. So anyway, we're really excited, and it is exciting. The kids are excited too. I think Lucy is getting more and more excited. She's sad about missing her friends, but she doesn't have as many friends as she did like when we lived in Georgia. And then when we moved from Alabama, she was leaving like family or cousins and stuff. So that was obviously harder. So she's pretty good. Nate is still kind of confused. He's asked me a lot of questions like, how I forget how he worded it, but something like, how are we going to move his stuff? Like he was like, we're going to leave everything. And I'm like, no, your bed's coming, your books are coming. I've tried to like explain it. He still is like, no, I live in Indiana. But Nate is very literal. So he has a hard time understanding we will be moving to Arkansas. Like when he can finally see the house, see the stuff being packed up, I think he'll be fine. And Mark is just like, whatever. So, thank you so much, Shuri. Yeah, it actually is very similar to when we moved here. It moved pretty quickly because we weren't selling a house, we were just buying one. But David, it was the same hours, it was 7 hours, and David commuted for a solid 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks. He was there every single Sunday, and he would drive in and drive back. And, you know, it's not ideal, but he would rather be there, than not be. He wants to get plugged in and get going. So anyway, it's gonna be fine. Are you already familiar with the area you're moving? Not really. Now we were there for 3 nights, and so we did a lot of driving around. We really like the city. Y'all, there's so much stuff in the city. Let me tell you some of my favorite things. They're all restaurants and shopping. There's a Target, there's a Chick-fil-A, there's a Chicken Salad Chick, there's a Starbucks. There is all kinds of shopping that we don't have. I mean, all kinds of restaurants, like a bunch of local places, a bunch of chains. They have a Crumble Cookies, they have a Gigi's Cupcakes, like all of these places. They have an Andy's Frozen Custard, which we tried while we were there, and it was so good. And they have all kinds of stuff. And so where we live now, it's just a small town. They don't have a lot of that, none of that stuff I just named. So we're excited about that. And, we got to see a lot of the area and drive around different neighborhoods and stuff like that. So we feel like we have a good picture, but we don't know that much really. David's actually going to get a storage unit. We've reserved one for a little while in Arkansas so that every time he goes down for a weekend, he can bring a carload of stuff. So I am real concerned our stuff is not going to fit in a moving truck, just because I've told y'all in the vlogs, we have acquired a lot of stuff since we moved. All good, like all kinds of furniture, all kinds of stuff. But we had the biggest size moving truck when we moved here. And I don't want to have to rent 2 moving trucks. So I think that's a good idea. It just came to me one night, like, why don't we get a storage unit? And then every time you come, you can like load your car down and drive a bunch of stuff, and then once it's all there, it will only hopefully have to be a month or 2 and we can get it all out. So it'll be well worth the couple $100 it is to have that. So the hardest part is y'all pray for me, because as he is going to be commuting, I am still showing the house. And every time there's a showing and an open house coming up on Saturday, there's an open house and I have to get, of course, everything ready, because I'm crazy OCD about everything has to be perfect, because you just don't ever know who's going to be walking in. Like, what if it's the perfect buyers? I want everything to be as perfect. I pray every single time, God, we've done our part, you do your part, and my part, I feel like, is making sure the house is as best it can be. So when he's gone, I'm going to have to get the house ready for the showings and then have the 3 kids and the dog for however long during the showings. And so it's okay. Like I can do it. The kids are awesome. They're easily entertained, but that's still a lot. And it's a lot. So y'all pray for me. Okay. I gotta get back up here to where we were in the chat. Oh, thank you so much, Amanda. You're not really that late. We're just kind of chatting, so you are perfectly on time. That's awesome, Mia. I am so happy for you. Yeah, Nate loves Indiana. When we moved here, the first time we went to visit my mom and dad, like for spring break or summer or something, we got in the car and he said, well, bye-bye, Indiana. I'm like, we're not leaving forever. Like we're just going to visit. It's like he was so confused, like, "Oh, we're going back to Monty's house, so I guess we're leaving Indiana," you know? He is so black and white with stuff. And so, I've told his teachers and stuff, like, if he acts a little bit confused or upset, we have a lot going on behind the scenes. This is what's going on. And she was like, I'm so glad you told me. But he is just, he lives for the moment. He is just so full of joy. He got off the bus today just laughing. And I said, how was your day? And he said, great, best day. I'm like, okay. Oh, Oh, that's so cool, Joy. I've heard the Walmarts in Arkansas are like cream of the crop. Brandy, we will be a couple hours closer. Like instead of 7, it'll be more like 5, 5.5. So it'll be a little bit closer. It's good to know that Ohio has good stuff for special needs. I feel like a lot of states, probably most of them, have gotten a lot better over the years and having more stuff for special needs families and adults and kids. So that's great as more and more awareness is being spread. We have lived in Alabama, Texas, Georgia, Indiana, and everywhere has had awesome resources. And it just seems like that's becoming more and more of a thing. Yeah, it definitely is the little things like Chick-fil-A. I mean, we do have a Chick-fil-A food truck that comes every other week here, but I promise y'all it is not the same. It's not the same as Chick-fil-A. I don't know. I love Chick-fil-A. It's not like we'll go there every single week or anything, but just having it nearby will be nice. Oh my gosh, chicken salad chick. I'm the only one. Well, I think Nate would like it because they have mac and cheese. So anywhere that has mac and cheese, me and Nate are gonna have dates at chicken salad chick. I love it so much. It's like my favorite fast food. I would rather have chicken salad chick than Chick-fil-A. I know that's like sacrilege or whatever, but it is so good. And their grape salad. I need to do a video and recreate the grape salad. I've seen recipes for it. Y'all, it's like grapes with like this cream cheese, sweet sauce like on it, and brown sugar and pecans. It is so good. I know that sounds weird, but it is so good. And then their chicken salad. My favorite is the kick and Kaylin. It's not real spicy. It just has a little tiny kick to me. But it has like bacon and ranch. And I don't even like chicken salad. That's what's crazy. I do not like chicken salad. I've never had it from anywhere that I liked except them. But they have so many different flavors. They have like barbecue ones and spicy ones and bacon ranch ones and all these different flavors, more traditional ones, fruity ones. And it's just so good. It's so good. Really yummy cookies too. Yeah, we've been donating. I don't know if you've seen any of the vlogs, Mia, but we have been donating van loads of stuff. So when the very first day that our realtor, like the night before, she was just supposed to come talk to us, I'm really glad it worked out like this because it actually helped us. She was like, when I come in the morning, can I take pictures? Like, y'all, we weren't ready. We were not ready. I had cleaned the house. I had not gone through anything. And like I've told y'all, when I take pictures for selling a house, like I want it all cleared off. Like I want people to be able to envision themselves there. Like, of course, we leave beds and bedding and stuff like that. But in terms of like picture frames, there's a few like on the wall, but anything that's sitting out, we put it up. Toys out, we put it up. Anything out, we put it up. And so we just threw everything in the garage. And then the week after that, we went through everything. We took so much stuff to Goodwill, and we still will probably take more. And that's the part of moving that I really like is kind of purging stuff because I was telling Lucy she did really good. I let her go through her stuff and she got rid of a bunch of stuff because she saw how good her room feels right now because there's not a lot of junk. And it's not just junk, but just stuff out, just toys and different things. Like she was always saving stuff. And I told her, like, doesn't it feel so much better to have like clear spaces? And she's like, it really does. So that was really motivating for her to get rid of stuff. And I told her, look, we have gotten rid of so much stuff in your lifetime. And yet we still have tons of stuff. Like there will never be a time where you're like, oh, I wish I had more stuff. Like stuff is always coming back in. So anyway, we've gotten tons of stuff, rid of tons of stuff. And it's really, really motivating. Yeah, we definitely could rent a small U-Haul trailer, if we need to. The hardest part is I feel like we're not gonna know. Like, I'm terrified. Like, I see visions of us loading up the truck and it not all fitting, and then what? Like, we're not even close to a U-Haul place. Like, we're gonna have to drive to reserve this U-Haul, and I just don't know. Like, what if it doesn't fit? So I'm sure we'll be okay, but it is a fear. So we're gonna do all we can to move stuff. My van will hold a lot. Like the seats all have stow and go seating, so they all lay flat. It's basically like a big truck inside our van. And so Dave is going to take that a few times, and I think we'll be okay. Like, we can move a lot of the boxes and stuff, like all of our Christmas stuff, um, his office stuff. All of that is really bulky, so I think that will definitely help. But if we end up having to do something else, we will. Definitely our family is going to be helping us. However, we want to wait as long as we can because we're going to need them like when it gets down and dirty, like it's moving day and we have all the kids. So it's not like they're 2 hours away, they're 7 hours away, 5 to 7 hours, depending if they don't, well, longer than that even. 7 hours to be like good. If you stop at all, it's going to be longer than that. And so they can't just come like every weekend or every time there's a showing. So we want them to be able to come like when we're moving and help us with the kids and stuff like that. So they are like on standby. They're on standby. We do have an Aldi and a Kroger's. That was one of the first things I checked when I was checking out the town because y'all know how I love Kroger. I love my Kroger deals, y'all. You'll see in tomorrow's vlog, I'm supposed to be eating down on our food stock, eating down on it. But Kroger had a crazy deal on cereal and I bought 10 boxes. I can't stop. When you can get honeycomb cereal, which is your child, Lucy, it's her favorite cereal. And I never buy it because it's hardly ever on sale. When you can get it for $1.24 a box, like I had to buy it. Like I will put it in the van when we're driving there. Like I have to like stock up when I see these deals, especially with the cost of food going up. So I have to have my Kroger deals. So I was very excited. They have a Kroger, they have an Aldi, they have, of course, Walmart. Everybody has a Walmart. And they have a Target. I don't think it's a super Target though. It's just a regular Target, which is fine. I don't normally buy groceries at Target anyway. It's kind of expensive, but anyway, let's see. I've gotten lost in the chat. Ooh, Shay, good tip for the grape salad. That's a good idea because I do like that cream cheese dip. That Marzetti, Shay says the cream cheese fruit dip is basically the same thing. So I bet if you got that and then you mixed it with the grapes and then sprinkled brown sugar and chopped pecans, it would be pretty much the same thing. Oh my gosh, I love it. And if you go get grape salad, extra toppings. They don't charge you for the extra toppings and it is delicious. So they put extra brown sugar and extra pecans. It's so good. It's the only side I ever get there. I don't even know if their other sides are good. I'm sure they are. They have like soup and mac and cheese and fruit and all this other stuff, but the grape salad is where it's at. That's great, Mia. I love that you're able to share about your disabilities. That's one of the things I do on here is I connect with other special needs moms and we talk about our kids, and it's awesome because sometimes when you're going through something like that, you feel like you're all alone and that nobody is experiencing the same things as you or whatever. And you're not alone. There's a lot of people that can relate. Ooh, Jackie, that's a good idea. She said that we should do a chicken salad chick taste test. Oh my gosh, that'd probably be like $200. I need to like crowdfund that one, but we should do it. That would be so good. If I could taste every single flavor of chicken salad chick. Oh my gosh, I would love it. Well, there's some that I probably wouldn't like, but I would do it for y'all. I would taste them for y'all. Like there's one that has like boiled eggs in it. I'm not an egg person. There's some that have like onion in it. I'm not that, but I would do it for y'all. That would be fun. Okay. Best advice for someone who is nervous to have children. I can't relate too much to that because I've always just been so excited. I really wasn't nervous to have children, but I do get it. Like it's a big responsibility. And if you've not been around children for a while or ever, it may be really scary. And also having the responsibility, even if you have been around kids, that can be really scary because it is a lot of responsibility. I would just say that God does give you a intuition. I mean, they don't come with instruction books. I'm not saying that at all. Like there's gonna be plenty of times where you're like, I literally have no idea what to do. But he does give you this like gut instinct and it will come more naturally than you think. At least that's what I usually have heard from people. Doesn't mean it's not going to be hard sometimes, but there is this like it's a beautiful being a parent is a beautiful thing. I don't think it's for everybody, but if God's given you the desire to be a mom, I would just trust that he will give you the things you need to get through it and to blossom in it. Um, you know, it's not always easy, but it is a beautiful thing. Like I can't imagine my life without my kids. And it's okay to have help and ask for help. I was really bad at that for a long time. I'm still bad at that, asking for help and not doing everything on my own and feeling overwhelmed. Because it's a lot. It's a lot of work and there's no days off. I'm not trying to scare you more. But you do get in a groove and you know your kid better than anyone. You just have this like inner gut feeling. And I would just say, trust that and trust God. He picked out the kids you're going to have and he trusted those kids to you and he gave them to you for a reason and you'll be fantastic. But I hope that helped. Let's see. You got the 5 boxes of Honey Bunches of Oats. Yes. See, I am so bad because I have a Kroger card and then I get David a Kroger card because you can have one per phone number. And so anytime there's really good deals, I can get 10 of them. And so I saw that Honeycomb was on sale. And also, if you watch my shorts, the s'more cereal is my all-time favorite cereal. It is so good. It is so good. And so I got 7 boxes of Honeycomb and 3 boxes of the s'more cereal. It's so good. Let's see. Oh yeah. We definitely should do the Chick-fil-A or not the Chick-fil-A. I don't even need to do a Chick-fil-A taste test because I'm sure I've tasted every single thing on that menu, but yes, chicken salad chick taste test. We definitely should do that. That would be so good. You're so patient with your children. I'm scared I won't be as graceful as you when it comes to children. Believe me, I am not always patient. I do feel like I am a patient person by nature, but just because you're not exactly like that doesn't mean you're not going to be a great mom. I'm definitely not always patient. I wish I could be more. A lot of time, like, especially right now with Mark and his like insanely picky eating, it's driving me nuts. And I know everyone who knew me as a child is laughing right now because I was very picky as a child. And I'm like totally getting payback right now. It's so frustrating. I can't even tell you how frustrating it is. But the thing like I just try to remember is this is just a season. And what's crazy is like your kids they pick up, like they feed off of your anytime that you're upset, like they feed off of it. Like I don't know how they know to like be crazier when you're crazy. And so I feel like if you can just take a breath and try to just be calm, it usually ends up better for everybody, but it's not always possible and it's hard. Oh, Miss Gina, I haven't even checked my phone lately. The only thing I've checked is this crazy caller ID that keeps going off. Not caller ID, no caller ID, the person that's calling me. So I had to snooze my phone for a while. But anyway, life is so fun. Oh, thank you so much, everybody. Yes, Mark is still really liking the instant breakfast, like breakfast essentials. He drinks those pretty much every morning. But now I'm like, is that taking away? I'm probably overthinking this. As I'm like, is that taking away like his hunger to want to like try new stuff because he's pretty full after he drinks that? So I do think it's really good nutrition for him. So I want to keep doing that, especially since he needs to gain some weight. But y'all, I made like homemade rice and beans and taco meat today. You wouldn't eat any of it. And it's just so frustrating. I'm like, I know everybody says, like, don't talk about how much they eat, like, put it in front of them, walk away, don't acknowledge it, don't say good job, don't say two more bites, one more bite, please just lick the beans, don't say any of that. But I cannot help it when he has not eaten hardly anything all day and I know he's about to go to bed. Like I find myself being like, Mark, come on, take a bite. Let's eat a bite. Show Layla that you're gonna eat. We try all this stuff and I feel like it's really not helping, like, because the more we focus on it, the worse it gets. But it is so stressful. But I keep going back to my doctor says he's at a good weight. They would like him to gain a little bit, but he's not like at a dangerous weight. He's happy. He's running around. He's playing. And he'll eat when he wants to. I mean, I don't know what else to do. And it's so stressful. So stressful. I'm definitely not patient with that. Like I'm trying to be because I know as a kid how hard my eating problems were. Like I was really scared of food. I remember being like scared of food. But I don't know. Well, I have a Trader Joe's. You know what? I'm going to Google it. I don't think so. If you can't see me, I'm still here. Oh, let's see. Trader Joe's. Oh, there's one in Little Rock, which is not where we're going to be. I wonder how far away that is. That would make it, right? Oh, it's like 2 hours away. That's no good. So I guess we don't have with Trader Joe's. I didn't think we did because I don't remember seeing that. But thankfully, my mom and dad have one and we're there, multiple times in a year. So I usually just like bring a cooler and like go. There's not even like stuff I always have to get. I just love walking around in there and like trying new stuff there. It's just such a fun place. What's the thing you're most nervous about moving to Arkansas? I think just the logistics of it, selling the house, buying a house, the timing of it. I know God's hand is on it, so I know the timing is going to work out, but that is stressing me out like a lot. So I know like the kids' school, that's a big move, and that's, their doctors and their dentists and all the stuff we've got to find again. That's a stress too, but I feel like the timing is what messing me up. Like, I know it's out of my hands, so I need to just stop worrying about it. But it's just like, how are we going to do this? Because, we can't even sell our house right now because other people are having to sell their house in order to buy a house. And it's just like crazy. And then to time that with us getting a house and going straight there and I'm just trying to leave it in God's hands. But that is the part that is stressing me out. And I know that's just a short-term stress. Like in another month or two, surely that will be done. But that is like, it's what's keeping me up. I was up till like 2 a.m. last night. And I know it's just stress. The kids actually slept great last night and I couldn't sleep. So no good. Okay, let's see. Thank you so much, Allison. What are your new responsibilities with the new church? If you're talking about specifically my responsibilities, I don't really have, like, it's not my job. I am, if you're talking about David's responsibilities, he's going to be the campus pastor at a church. I am like his biggest supporter. I want to do stuff with him. I want to do stuff at the church with him, but I don't have like, my responsibility is my kids, and all that. I want to be as involved in the church as I can be, but I don't have like a role there. My role is just to support him and to do my best to partner with him when I can. Of course, we have little kids right now. And so my biggest responsibility is still them. But we're excited because I love being in ministry with him. And I feel like we are. Thanks, Sonny. See, he's answering it for me. But I feel like we are very good, like opposites. We think opposite about things. Like I always play devil's advocate with stuff. And so when David has these like grand ideas, I'm like, well, what about this? And so I'm usually a sounding board. I would love to be involved in other things as well. We'll just have to kind of see how it comes about naturally. But we'll definitely be working at it as a team too. Okay. Ah, you lived on that for years because of your ulcer. So the instant breakfast or the breakfast essentials now it's called. My pediatrician said it's amazing. She's like, don't even buy Ensure or what is that, Pediasure. She's like, I've looked at the side by side comparisons aren't almost exactly the same. My kids have none of them have liked Pediasure. So I'm glad that he likes the instant breakfast. And I know it has lots of nutrients in there. So I'm going to keep giving it to him. Um, I'm just like, I've noticed definitely since he's been drinking that, he's not eating as much other food, which is understandable. It's pretty calorie heavy. I just don't want to lose any of the foods that we are eating. So it's a balance. It's a balance. And I do think it's a phase. Um, like everything I've read is like he's playing, he's running, he's smiling, he's singing, he's not miserable and like lethargic. Like he's getting what he needs. It's just like, y'all, for dinner, he ate like 5 black beans and some milk. And I'm just like, how can you live on 5 black beans, 2 chips, and some milk? Like it stresses me out. I literally carried a can of corn in my diaper bag for at least 2 years. Okay, well, that makes me feel better. And I'm glad it's not just me. So many people have messaged me and was like, all my kid would eat is like one thing, and now they're grown and they're fine. And I'm like, thank you for telling me because it seems like this phase will never end. Do you guys remember how chunky Mark was when he was like 1 year old? He would eat anything, and I mean anything. He was such a chunk. He would eat gumbo, turnip green soup, all this stuff because we lived with my mom and dad, and he would just go up to them and he would just open his mouth like everybody would feed him. And I don't know what happened. I truly do not know what happened to where he won't eat. It was like a gradual thing, but it's so frustrating. All of my kids have been picky eaters, but he's definitely been the worst. Definitely. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mia. That is sad. Yeah, Shelby, selling a house is just it's hard, right? Like buying a house is hard too, but selling a house, you're truly like waiting for other people and there's not much you can do. That's why I'm like so crazy about making sure a house is perfect because I want to control anything I can control. Like I can control how our house looks. So I don't know. You just got to trust God. You got to trust God and know that his timing is perfect. No, we don't go to a Baptist church. We are at an Assemblies of God church. Oh my gosh. Christine, that is ridiculous. I definitely believe that not all women want to be mothers, and that's fine. Some people do, and it didn't work out, and that's heartbreaking. I have friends like that, and it breaks my heart because I know they would be great mothers, and it just didn't work out that way. I think you can be a spiritual mother to other women, young ladies, but people, and of course, you said it was a he. That doesn't surprise me. Somebody's just being so dumb. Huh. People that are like hide behind keyboards, on Twitter and YouTube and all this stuff. Like they just hide behind keyboards and they say whatever. Like they would probably never say that to your face. So just what I like to do is like block and delete those kind of people. Yes, I will definitely be his biggest cheerleader and biggest support. And I really like to, like before we had kids, I would like to I would fill in the gaps. I worked nursery, I did children's church, we did media, I did, sang in the choir and whatever. Like, I really like to be that person that just filled in the gaps. And it's been harder as we've had kids and it's, my priorities have changed, but I do like to help any way I can. Oh, you cared for your mom. Oh, until she passed away. That is definitely amazing. That's like the beautiful thing. Like she took care of you and then you cared for her. Like that's just beautiful. And I think women have this nurturing spirit inside of them. It doesn't matter if you're a mother or not. Like we have it innately. Most of us, not everybody, but a lot of us do. And so whether you're a mom or not, that doesn't mean you're not a caregiver and that you can't do mothering things. Um, Yeah, that's what my pediatrician was saying is the instant breakfast is very packed with nutrients and it would be a great supplement for him. And it's funny because he loves it. He loves it more than just straight up milk. And so now when I give him milk, he looks at it like, I don't know. And so today you'll see in the vlog on Thursday, I went to Walmart and I just tried to get anything I could think of that was a little bit like something he would like, but just maybe a different brand or a different style. You'll see in the vlog some of the stuff I got. But one of the things I got was veggie fruit juice. It was like a V8 splash, but it was like a vegetable base one with fruit. And he drank that. So that's good. I mean, he drank maybe 6 ounces, 4 to 6 ounces maybe, but I'll take it. Like he doesn't eat vegetables. So this had like beets in it, carrots and stuff. So, it is what it is. Good night, Sue. Thank you so much, Christy. We are a good team. We are very like compatible, but yet we think differently about a lot of things, which makes us really good. Thank you so much, Gina. He is the best. He is the best. Thank you so much for all the congrats. Thank you, Peyton. Shay, I love you, girl. Shay's the best, and she's the best aunt to my kids. And what you're doing with fruit for your mom and dad is just also very beautiful. I think it's so touching when we can be there for our parents like they were there for us. It's like that book, I'll Love You Forever, that makes me cry every time I read it. That's just a beautiful thing. Aw, thank you so much, Shelby. What I love about David is anything I've ever come up with, whether it's been YouTube videos, selling paparazzi, doing plexus, whatever, like anything I've ever come to him and been like, I want to try this. He's never once been like, oh, I don't know. Like he's always been like, yes, absolutely. You should do it. He's always been so encouraging. And I hope that I can be the same way. I feel like I'm more in my own head about stuff. And I like to tell him the reasons why it may not work to do what he's wanting to do. But he always just jumps right in when it's my ideas. And I really appreciate that because it encourages me a lot. Sharemark shakes. I've actually never had a Sharemark shake. Should I do like a taste test Sharemark? I've heard of Sharemark shakes like forever. I've never had one. Maybe I should try one. A frozen fruit green smoothie. I have tried that. He's not big on it. I have thought if I can get him drinking the fruit juices, maybe he would like a green juice. I don't think he would like a frozen one. We could try. He's not big on frozen stuff. Like he's not big on ice cream. He does like popsicles, but maybe we can like work our way into the green juices. Like having green veggies in him would be awesome. But I don't know. Any advice for a new mom? Sleep when you can. Don't stress too much and ask for help. Know that it's a season. Being a new mom is super hard. It is super exhausting. You feel like completely overwhelmed. At least I did. I don't know if you do, but just realize it's a season. Ask for help. Ask for help. People want to help you, but a lot of times they don't know what to do. So if you need help, ask for it. Like, I really need someone to do the laundry. Like ask, or I really need to just, I had people that when my kids were little would come and be like, let me hold the baby and you go take a nap. Like those people were like godsends, like literally. Sometimes you just need a bath, you just need to like feel like a human again. And it's hard. Being a new mom, I feel like for me anyway, I know everybody's different. Pregnancy was nothing to me. Like I loved being pregnant. Not every single day was perfect. There was definitely ups and downs, but overall I really enjoyed being pregnant. I really did not enjoy the newborn stages. Now, I loved my babies as newborns. I wish I could go back and like hold them and like they're so sweet. But how you feel as a new mom, like you're tired, you've got all these hormones and you're sore and you're breastfeeding and it's hard. Just like give yourself a lot of grace, a lot of grace, and ask for help and sleep and get a bath. You know, I love when people say sleep when the baby sleeps. It's like, that's not realistic. You know, like when am I going to like take a bath? And when am I going to like cook dinner and do laundry? And then when you have two kids, it's impossible to sleep when they sleep. Oh, you made the buffalo chicken dip for dinner. Yay. Um, I'm actually making my buffalo chicken dip tomorrow. I already pre-cooked the chicken for it. I'm obsessed with it. I could eat it every single week or every other day. It's my favorite. I think it's my favorite thing that I make is the buffalo chicken dip. It is so good. And then I really like my new favorite thing is to make the buffalo chicken dip, eat it with chips or whatever. And then the next day make buffalo chicken pizza flatbread. Oh my gosh, it's so good. When we move to Arkansas, we'll be a couple hours closer to my parents. So a couple hours to both of our parents closer. So instead of 7, it's more like 5 plus stops, you know. That is the one I got, V8 Fusion Strawberry Banana. Yeah, that is the one I got because it seemed the most like safe to kind of like work into some of the other ones, like the green ones. And so he's used to drinking like I do like the Mio fruit punch and it kind of looks similar. So I thought, and the first time he took a sip, he was like you can tell like it was different. But he ended up drinking it. So I was like, yes, no, maybe I can try that on Nate because he also doesn't like vegetables and he loves to drink. So I'm going to be like trying some new juices on them. No, I've never had a Shamrock shake. I'm not really big on shakes. I'm not a shake person. So that's probably why I've never had one. But I definitely, the other day I was at McDonald's getting the kids some food and I was like, ooh, I don't think I've ever had that. And that looks good. So maybe I can try that. Maybe I can try it on a short or something and let you guys know what I think. So it's like mint flavor, right? Like that's what I thought. It's like mint flavor shake. Okay, somebody was asking me about Plexus. I know somebody was like, "Oh, I want to try Plexus," and then Jackie said, "What does Plexus taste like?" So if you are interested in Plexus, definitely email me. Um, it's not cheap. I I think it's worth every penny though because I feel like a brand new person since I've been taking it for now a year and a half, almost a year and a half, and I have ordered it every single month. My mom's on it, my dad's on it. Um, And there's different flavors of the pink drink. I like several of them. To me, they taste good. They're only 15 calories. They're sweetened with stevia, but they taste really good. I normally don't like stevia flavored things. It reminds me of like a Crystal Light or something like that, but it's actually really good for you. And I take the triplex, which is it's 2 supplements and the pink drink. And it's all about getting your gut health healthy. And your gut health is way more important than you probably realize. It has a lot to do with your energy, the foods you crave, inflammation in your body. My mom, I really wanted to like tell her story or figure out a way to kind of tell you guys. She was on so much medicine. She had been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. She was on so much medicine and she's been able to come off everything. Everything. All she did was Plexus and she started working out. And she's like a miracle. She's doing so good. She was on all these steroids and all this stuff. It was expensive, way more expensive than the supplements. And she's literally off of everything. And she's like a brand new woman. So I love Plexus. I just love it. And so even though like some people don't understand why I take my pink drink. Most people drink that in the morning, like before they, anything else they have to eat, they'll drink it in the morning before breakfast. Obviously I do fasting. And so I do not, some people drink that fasting because it's only 15 calories, it's sugar free. I just like to clean fast. So I only drink black coffee and water and black tea when I'm fasting. So for me, it's really worked out well to break my fast with it around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There's no stimulants, there's no caffeine. So you don't have to worry about it like messing you up sleep wise. But it's more about like it heals your gut health. And I love it. And I don't hardly sell it to anyone. Like I am an ambassador, but mostly it's just my family that's under me. But I have to talk about it because how much it's changed my life. And so if you're interested, you can email me. I can get you set up. It's not something I'm doing and making a ton of money. Like I pay way more than I get back from it. But it's been a game changer for me and for a lot of people in my family. And so anyways, all the time they have specials. Today is actually the last day to get 10% off. And then maybe tomorrow they may have another great special. I don't know what March's is going to be, but it's really good. And they have other supplements too. They have an active, which is kind of like energy, like an energy drink, but a healthy energy drink. I love that stuff. I just ordered some more of those just on the days when you just need a little extra something, instead of like grabbing a coffee or getting an energy drink. These are so much better for you and actually cheaper. So anyway, there's my little talk on Plexus. I get a lot of questions on Plexus. So if you ever have a question, a specific question, or you want to know, just more information, definitely email me. I can tell you about it. But I always want to share the stuff that I'm doing because that's just how I do. So no pressure. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but it has really worked well for me. Okay. See, a lot of you haven't had the Shamrock shakes either. So it's not just me. It's not just me. I'm not a big fan of McDonald's shakes either. Now I can get behind like Jack in the Box. No, not Jack. Jack's, the Southern restaurant Jack's fast food. We have them in Alabama, and they've had them in Georgia. They have them in a lot of southern states. Jack's milkshakes are good. But yeah, I'm not big on McDonald's. And Whataburgers are good. Oh, Shelby, I'm so glad. You definitely have to give yourself grace. And I'm definitely saying prayers for you. That journey is not easy. It's not something that I ever had to face, and I know a lot of people who have, and how painful that is. So I'm definitely praying for you, and that God would grant the desires of your heart. And anyway, I'm so sorry you're having to go through that. Look up sriracha honey chicken dip. Ooh, I'll definitely have to do that. That sounds good. I love the one that has sweet potato in it too. Sweet potato. Which one has sweet potato in it? Oh, you're talking about the juice. Yes. I did see that one too. I was like, is there a milkshake with sweet potatoes in it? Yes, I follow you. I think you would probably like that too, because we've done some of the pouches that have sweet potato in them, and he likes that. So, oh, thanks, Christy. I feel like right now my dinners are very basic, and that's good. Like, don't y'all love when we're like, oh, I'm going to do all new recipes, and then life hits the fan, you don't do the new recipe and you go get takeout. So I'm really trying to just, you know what? Now is not the time for new. Now it's time for like the tried and true, easy stuff that we don't have to worry about and kind of figure out and all these steps. So we're doing a lot of taco nights. Tonight we had burrito bowls. We're doing pasta. We're doing chili, buffalo chicken dip. I have a lot of chicken in my freezer. I've gone through almost all the beef. Actually, I have gone through all the beef, but I have a lot of chicken. So I'm trying to like use up. I'm sure we'll do a chicken pot pie soon. And I'm also trying to do lots of food, like lots of meals that make leftovers, because we can freeze them and have them for busy nights. All of that stuff helps not go out to eat, especially when you're showing your house. Last week, we had 2 showings right at dinner time, different nights. And we ate out both times because I'm like, we are not coming back to our perfectly clean house and cooking. Like, I just can't. Like, we're going to get food out. So we can't do that every time. So if we have stuff that's easy to heat up and all that, we don't have to eat out, saves money, it's better for us. Happy anniversary, Peyton. That's awesome. 5 years. Mm. Ooh, Ash B. You were able to hide medicines in that juice. That's good to know. Nate has a cold right now, and we're having to give him Dimetapp for his cough. I do think Dimetapp helps a lot. The cough and cold is like my favorite cold medicine for kids, and he hates it though. So I usually have to hide it in apple juice or something like that. But that's good to know because that probably has a stronger flavor than like apple juice. Yeah, Nate does not do well with meds either. He like good luck trying to get it in him. If you don't mix it in something, it's impossible. Like he won't take it. So, I do like the McFlurry. I do like McFlurries at McDonald's, but I've never tried the Shamrock. Do they have a Shamrock McFlurry? That's good to know because I probably would like that better. Maybe I should try both, right? And then me and Lucy could like share them because she loves mint stuff. I do like peppermint. I like mint. It's probably not my favorite thing, but I do like it. Would David and I be interested in doing a relationship advice video? That's a good idea. Yeah, we definitely could do that. You could send in questions. Maybe we'll do that. Yeah, I'm not sure that we're the very most qualified to answer that, but we can do our best. We have been married for, it'll be 14 years this year, which is crazy. It just has flown by so fast. But we definitely could do that. Hey, Emily. Oh, Raising Cane's, Emily. Same. Raising Cane's is my favorite, like chicken tenders. They're so good. What was the favorite part of the arc? The arc was so fun. Like, I was shocked how much everybody loved it. It was so fun. Our favorite part, besides just my favorite part, was just seeing the vastness of how big that thing was. You hear it in the Bible. You know, how many times have we read about Noah's Ark? But truly seeing how big it was mind blowing. It was really cool. How they have it where you walk through is really, really cool. The kids loved the playground. And I'm telling y'all, that is the coolest playground I have ever seen. The restaurant was really good. Beautiful carousel. We just loved everything about it. It was awesome. Aw. Pain. I feel you. Our 5th anniversary, so the same as you, our 5th anniversary fell on a worship practice. It's still like a fight. We're not fighting anymore, but when you like think back to a time that we were kind of irritated at each other, it was our 5th anniversary because David had a worship practice and it fell on our 5th anniversary and he couldn't get around it or he didn't like it was scheduled. And so he did it. And so I think Lucy, is that when I think she was a newborn because she was born in August and this was that next September. When I tell y'all, it was a day from you know where. And then I had the kids all by myself throughout the night while he was at worship practice. I was so irritated when he got home. And it's still like one of those things where David's like, if I regret one thing in our marriage, it's like not rescheduling that worship practice. Lucy had been choking, like she had really bad acid reflux as a newborn. And I had taken her to get like an x-ray and all this stuff that day. It was just a terrible day. Plus, David was working really late and I didn't really get to see him. So anyway, I hope your anniversary is better than ours. Our 5th was kind of rough. But like we can laugh about it now. It was such a hard time in our life, but we made it through. You can see his comment. I was not in a good place. In my defense, I was not in a mentally good place then. I was having postpartum depression. Nate was 2 years, 3 months, and I had a newborn who was having all kinds of acid reflux. I hadn't slept. It was bad. It was kind of a fighting anniversary. You swear by Dimetapp. Me too. That is one that when my kids were babies, or not babies, but like old enough to take medicine, my pediatrician, that was one that she said that was okay for them to take. And I swear it like dries them out when they have runny noses and coughs. I love it too. And I remember taking it as a kid. So the smell of it kind of makes me sick. Marriage advice would be great. Okay. Um, yeah. So, we're not always the best, marriage advice, but, it's real life. Who hasn't had a fight about something that they're like, probably hindsight's not that big of a deal. Okay. Yeah, Vicks on the bottom of the feet. Yeah, everybody always tells me that one. That's a tried and true home remedy, I think. We are having a great night. How would you rate the Ark in Kentucky? 10 out of 10. Like, we loved it. And I do think going, like, when it's a little bit off season, like, there was no one there this past weekend. It was amazing. The food, the restaurant there, if you eat in the restaurant, it was amazing. I'm not one to, like, love, like, any kind of food like that, but it was so good. Like I said, the Ark was amazing. The way they have it laid out, amazing. The people there, the employees were awesome, so sweet and like interactive. The playground, if you have kids, you have to like spend a couple hours at that playground. Amazing. Um, you're about 30 hours, 30 minutes away from the Ark. That's awesome. You should definitely go if you've never gone before. It's awesome. Um, oh, I'm sorry, Peyton. Um, but that's real life. It's not always like flowers and rainbows. Yeah, worship practice is an event of its own. It's really hard. In his defense, um, he couldn't just cancel practices. It was a rough season. Okay. And he worked all the time. I was by myself all the time. And how we survived that time in our life, I don't, it's just God's grace because I was barely sleeping. David was barely home. And we had no family. We had zero family in town, even close. I mean, we lived 18 hours from our family. It was real rough. And so it really wasn't his fault. He couldn't just cancel it. But in my mind, I was like, this is our anniversary. Like, why are you not here? And I'm dealing with all of this. Sorry. Um, yes, definitely, definitely. Probably all the ladies that were at the practice were like, why are you here? You should not be here. They were probably trying to help you. I think it was one of those things that I was like, probably told him a while before it even happened, like, oh, it's okay. You can have practice. And then the night of, after the day I had, was like, why? Why? Oh, will I ever go back to nursing? I don't know. It would take a lot for me to go back. It wasn't something I particularly loved. Um, so I don't know. I would have to like at this point, I've been gone for over 10 years. I would have to like get courses and all that, take a test again, all of that. So I don't really have a lot of desire. I do have it if I ever need it. But who knows? Who knows? It was a stressful time that season of when I was in nursing. Didn't really love it. So I don't know. The playground was awesome. The playground was awesome. It had like the hugest slides. Y'all saw those like zip line swings. I couldn't get over Lucy going down. Like she is my one that is so scared of everything. And she just was zipping through them like it was nothing. Nate loved it until he got his pants wet. And then I had to change his pants and forbid him for ever getting on any other slide because they were all wet. It was a beautiful day, but it was like a little bit chilly and it had rained the night before. So there was a few things that were wet. Y'all know how Nate is when he gets any clothes wet. There is being stripped down. I will give him credit though. He did not take off his pants. He just said, I need new pants. And so I took him to the bathroom and we changed. So that's improvement, y'all. Because normally he would just strip down wherever he's at. So he's learning. What's the best anniversary gift you've gotten or given? Definitely. And I think David will be able to say the same thing. Our favorite anniversary gift is when we went on our cruise. We went on our cruise for our 8th anniversary. It was the best anniversary present we gave each other. We don't normally do big anniversary gifts. Normally we just want to like have a date night in or something like that. But when we can do trips, they're my favorite. In the last few years, we've tried to do trips because that's like the best gift of all is time, like undivided time, because we don't have that, life and kids and church and all that. So I really loved our Cincinnati trip, our Gatlinburg trip. When I was pregnant, we vlogged that. This last trip was really weird because David, had his vasectomy procedure, and we just went and stayed at a hotel for like 2 nights while he recovered from that. And as weird as that trip was, because it wasn't like a romantic trip at all, it was really cool too, because we literally just laid in the bed, got DoorDash, and watched TV. It was very relaxing. I took like 3 naps a day. You know, it was awesome. Oh, Amanda, have a great night. Good luck on those spelling words. I think I would like being a school nurse too. I know a lot of them want you to have experience, like hospital experience or something before you can do that. But I shadowed a school nurse when I was in nursing school. That's the word. And I really did like it. Except a lot of it, and I never thought about this, a lot of it was like checking vaccination records and stuff like that. I was thinking it would be more like kids, and it was talking with the kids and checking fevers and stuff like that. But a lot of it was like vaccination records. And it may have just been like the time of year it was when I did it. I don't remember when it was, but yeah, Peyton, that is so true. Disney World, that we can laugh real hard about the Disney World bathroom incident now. In the moment, it was not funny. Actually, it kind of was, but it kind of wasn't. Nate, he cannot handle things being wet. And so in his mind, he doesn't care if you have pants or not. Like, he's not putting anything wet on him. So he has definitely made progress. But I told him after I changed that last pants at the Ark, I'm like, that's all I have, because we only carry 1 change of clothes now. We used to carry like 3 because he would get wet, he would spill stuff on himself or whatever. And now he's really gotten a lot better. So we only had 1 extra pair. And I was like, no more slides for you. You're done. Because if you get wet again, I don't have anything. And he did good. He listened. He did not get on another wet slide. So that's good progress. Very good. So, and if anybody has anything else, I'm going to stay on for just another couple minutes. This has been really fun. Definitely we will do it again next week, probably same time. You guys be praying for our house to sell. Please, Lord, we need it to sell. It's funny because I am the same way. Like, who likes when they get their socks wet? Who likes that? Like, it's a horrible feeling. And so Nate's always been the one that's just going to say what he's feeling. If he gets served something at a restaurant that he doesn't like, he is going to yell out, "That is disgusting," real loud. Like, he doesn't care, and so it's humiliating sometimes. Like, Nate, we don't say that, you don't have to eat it, but you don't have to say that. He is so funny. He doesn't care what people think. And it's kind of a great thing, because I've had social anxiety my whole life. I've always cared about what people think about me. And I replay conversations in my head and like, oh, that sounded stupid. Why did I say that? Like, Nate truly does not care. Like, he just lives his best life. And I feel like we can learn a lot. Erlene, we will be a little bit closer to our family, like a couple hours closer. So instead of like 7.5, it's like 5.5 hours. Yes, Shay, we definitely can. Just let me know. Like, we may be gone for spring break, but other than that, we'll be here for at least another month. So anytime you want to come down, especially if it's a weekend, because I'll be here alone. So, no, not really. David will be here some, and I'm not worried about it. Like, I am fine, but yeah, anytime you want to come hang out, I would love that. We got to make the most of it before we move. But anyway, it is exciting times, it is exciting times. And I know God is faithful, and the way he's worked out this job, like, there's so many things. Like, it's like totally, it's like, I love when God does something and it only could be him, like, it's nothing that we did. Like, he lined it all up. And so I know the same thing with the house, and we just have to be patient for his timing. But I kind of was like hoping that like the first showing it would sell, you always have that. Yes, it's going to sell, and that hasn't happened yet. It's only been a week. It's only been a week, and there are people interested, but they have to sell their house first. So, yeah, Shay, if you want to come anytime. Lucy's not even sleeping in her room right now. So she's like big right now and sleeping in Nate with Nate. She loves how clean her room is. So she's like, I'll just sleep with Nate. And so like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. And now he's like totally addicted to having her in there. Every time I lay him down, he's like, and Lucy, I'm like, she's coming. So it's definitely a process. Selling a house is definitely a process. And I am not, I don't know, I'm just not patient enough probably. And I don't like the unknown. So you have a lot of unknown. We have a great realtor. We have a great realtor. She's awesome. She's gonna be doing some open houses and stuff. So I'm very hopeful. We have a great house. I mean, a great house. It's in an amazing location. So I have no doubt that it will sell in the right timing, and that we just need it. We had three, I talk about this more in tomorrow's vlog, but we are looking at houses in Arkansas. Obviously we can't really do anything right now. We're just looking. Also have a great realtor there. Had like 4 or 5 on our list that we liked. 3 of them went pending yesterday. And especially this one, we are probably top favorite, went pending. So it's no longer available. And you know what? I was a little bummed, but I know we're praying for open doors and closed doors. So if a door closes, it's an answer prayer, like, well, that's not the right house for us then. Yeah. So we have a great real estate agent here, great real estate agent there. And it's all you can ask for, you have people helping you, being patient with us. And anyway, I'm going to sign off because I'm tired. I hope you all have a great night and you get some good rest. Stay tuned for more vlogs. I'll be carrying you guys with me as I'm, getting the house ready to sell every day, every showing. And it's so funny. Like, we just had a showing yesterday. If you walked in our house right now, you would be like, what? It is a hot mess. It is impossible to keep that up with kids. There's just no way. There is no way. So we pretty much have to get it ready every single day that we have a showing. I feel like the open house idea is a great idea because we can just be gone for a couple hours and then we can get a lot of people through here, hopefully. As like one at a time, it's a lot of work for one buyer at a time, but it's okay. It's okay. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Hope you all have a great night and I'll talk to you soon.